it's Yas. Welcome to my channel. I am a cross stitcher and multi-crafter. I'm also a cross stitch designer and my company's name is Yasmin'sMadewithLove. If you are here for the very first time, welcome, and if you are my returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. Today is Saturday, the 16th of September. It's been almost 3 weeks since I've recorded last. It's been a really busy period for me. Lots of things has happened, and this kind of stopped me from recording video, but I thought you know, it is Saturday, it is beautiful day, it's actually really hot, it's about 26 degrees outside. So we kind of fed up of that weather here, and I might contradict myself because you have heard me complaining about the rain throughout the entire summer holidays, and I was so desperate for a heat, and now we have got heat and you're hearing me complaining about that. So let me just, you know, clarify that I love heat, I love extremely hot weather, but from May until August. After August, I'm expecting cooler weather with, you know, with some mild temperature, nice and sunny days, but you know, cool enough to wear jumper, and you know, and starting having, you know, all of those seasonal flavors like, you know, spice pumpkin lattes and praline lattes and all of that. So since it is quite hot outside and none of my family actually wants to go outside, everyone is tired. It's been first teaching week of a secondary school coming to an end, so they are pretty tired. They just want to chill because, you know, secondary school is very different to primary school. They have got more homeworks on a daily basis, so they don't have time to do the things they like to do. So weekend is the perfect time for catch up with all of the, you know, TV shows and reading books and do the diamond painting and other stuff they like to do. So that's why I've decided then, since they don't want to go outside and I already have got everything out, so I would just record a video. I have got quite a few things to show you. I did lots of things in a, you know, during those 3 weeks. Haven't finished many projects, but definitely started quite a few new ones. I've also started a new hobby, which if you follow me on Instagram you may already know, but I've started knitting, and I don't know why it took me 40 years, not 40 years, but like 30 years to actually sit down and have a proper go. I did mention before that my mom, she taught me like basics when I was, I think, about 8, 9 or 10. So I did little swatches when I was a kid, but I have never actually done any project, or I wasn't able to actually put my knowledge into practice and make anything. So for 30 years I have not knit at all, and so I decided to actually start knitting. So I got the books from my mom. She sent them to me quite a few months ago, so I browsed through the books. I found something which I thought would be relatively easy to try, and I have cast on my first scarf, and this is how much I have done. So I start off by making a simple, I think it's called garden stitch, which is just everything knit on one side. And then I found this cool pattern in the book, which is cable, and I decided to have it a go. And I had to undo the work 3 times because I couldn't figure out the even spacing between each of the turn, and it just didn't look right. But eventually I get the hang of it, and now I think I'm doing pretty well with this work. I absolutely love it. And I've actually have received so many compliments over on my Instagram for, you know, having a go on trying something more advanced, like a cable. So I look forward to continue working on this project, and hopefully once the weather gets a little bit cooler, my scarf will be done and I can wear it every day. And the day after I've started this project, I cast on another project, but this time I've started shawl. Sorry, I'm just going to pause it for a second. So after that, I cast on another project, and this time I started on scarf. And if you follow me on Instagram, you may see then actually I have done quite a lot. However, after posting the picture, I worked on this shawl a little bit more, and I've made a mistake, which means then, you know, the middle part of the scarf, although I was increasing 2 on each side, the middle started to skew, so my project kind of shifted to one side, and I didn't know how to fix it, so I had to unravel all the work until the middle was right. But then I didn't catch all of the stitches and everything was ruined, so I had to actually start from the beginning. But that's okay. I wasn't really annoyed by it. I am using the stitch marker, which means I always know where is my middle, and I know then I have to increase 2 on each side, and that's why my middle is looking so neat. So I'm absolutely adoring this knitting. It is such a fun hobby, definitely different to crocheting, a little bit more. I feel like I have to concentrate more with knitting, but I think this is only because I'm still very new to it, and I haven't mastered the craft yet. So I think, you know, once it become like a nature to me, I think I could be a little bit more relaxed with knitting, but I absolutely love it. And after that, I obviously get so hooked on knitting, then I decided to purchase some more yarn. And Shiloh, the X-Stitch MD, she was really kind, and she helped me to pick the yarn which is beginner friendly, and it's kind of gonna meet the purposes of what I wanted to do, because obviously I would like to make some more scarves. So I bought some beautiful yarn from Wool Warehouse, and this is Rios, which is merino wool, 100% superwash, and this is shade Volcano, and oh my god, look at that, this is absolutely gorgeous. I will be making some more scarves, so I got 2 of those. Then I got 2 of the same Rios but in a shade Primavera, and I got 2 of those as well. And then I get some chunky Cascade merino wool for some more scarves and hats, and in a shade of, I'm not sure what the color is called. Doesn't says the color, but this kind of chocolate color. I'm not planning to do anything different than scarves, shawls and hats. I'm not sure if I would want to knit some jumpers, but who knows. So yeah, I am officially a knitter, so this is a really cool. And of course I get myself the kind of cable needles so I can knit my scarves. So this is all the knitting I have been doing. I haven't done much knitting since last Sunday because other things kind of were keeping me busy. but hopefully this weekend I can do a little bit more of knitting. Now I have got some stitching for you to share. Oh, I have some knitting to share. I have some cross stitch to share with you. So let's do that. This video is not going to plan because I need to keep stopping because someone always wants me. Anyway, I have some cross stitch to share with you as well, but before we go into it, I really would love to show you some wonderful goods I received in the past few weeks, and this is always so unexpected and so touchy when someone sends you you know, handmade gift, especially when it's stitched. So in the recent days, Stitchy Sally has stitched for me this little ornament, and she finished it, you know, so I can hang it. She stitched this for me because I think a couple of months ago she won a giveaway in my channel, and she just wanted to say thank you, and she stitched me this little goodie, and I just could not believe it. This is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, Sally. This ornament sits all together with all of the other pillows I have received from my stitchy friends, or from anyone who has ever stitched things for me, so I can see it every day. Thank you so much. It is extremely kind of you to take time and stitch something for me. I also received a wonderful mug from my beautiful Charly, because she's one of a kind. So I have got Hello Pumpkin mug, because you know it's all about pumpkin season now. And a few weeks back she also made for me the set of autumnal floss cards. So they are very different than the one she is been doing for her daily challenge, which is the jelly printing, and then she doodles on them. This one is made using cardstock, but they are absolutely gorgeous. And then she also included this little blink thing, which it's perfectly matches the cards. Thank you so much, Charly. I love it. I am keeping them for a very special project which I am planning to start very, very soon. Right, now stitching. I have a few finishes to show you first, and the first one I'm about to show you is extremely important to me. I am ever so grateful for this opportunity, and I am so proud of myself. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I belong to Stitchy Collective, a group, and it is you know, it is a group of designer and blackwork artists who sometimes collaborate on the projects together, you know, to either raise fund or, you know, to work on particular theme. So this June actually, I was given opportunity to work on a project called Forest Friends, which is organized by the Stitchy Goodness zine team, and Dora is one of the members, one of the founders of this zine behind it, and a few other ladies as well who are you know, publishing this kind of online independent cross-stitch magazine, which is featuring designers who are maybe less known in the cross-stitch world. So I entered for, you know, to be one of the designers, and after being on a waiting list for a while, I've actually managed to secure the spot there as well. So I'm amongst 11 other designers. I will be featured in tomorrow's Stitchy Goodness magazine called Forest Friends. It is online magazine, can be purchased via Stitchy Goodness website. I will include a link in the description box, but also the direct link to the magazine. It is pinned in the link tree on my Instagram profile. So obviously, Stitchy Goodness magazine, it is online magazine. However, I really wanted to have an actual physical copy of the magazine, so I got my copy printed out and professionally binded. So actually, I've asked the company who does my printing of my charts if they could finish the pages for me as a magazine, and that's what they did. And this is the magazine. It's gorgeous. It's so beautifully published. I'm not gonna show you what is inside because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, but I will show you the picture, the cover, and I will show you my page, and I will show you my finish. But I really advise you to follow the Stitchy Goodness Instagram page and each of the designers who work on this issue, because it is beautiful. The way it is illustrated and the way it is published, it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna show you a little bit. This is my page. So this magazine, it is my first magazine release, and I just really wanted to have a physical copy, so that's why I have printed mine. But now there is a time for you to see what I have designed for the magazine. Tan tan tan! When the Owl Sings. It is quote of a contemporary French writer, and this is my take on the quote. You know how much I love owls, and I thought this design would be perfect for the Forest Friend team magazine. Love it. It is combination of DMCs and fancy flosses on Winter Wren by Fox and Rabbit, a 36 count linen. Absolutely love it. So although it's Saturday today and magazine is coming, it goes on sale tomorrow. This video is going to be published tomorrow, so you can go and grab the copy of the magazine to yourself. Absolutely incredible designs inside. I highly recommend it for you to go and check it out. Stitchy Goodness, When the Owl Sings. So this is my first finished. It's been finished for quite some time, so obviously I couldn't share with you. The model has been stitched by one and only Charly. She has an amazing job. She stitched this in the record time, because I was on the waiting list for quite some time, and then when I actually make the space, I think it was like 4 weeks to submit all of the design plus the stitch model. Although model wasn't requirement, I wanted to be able to actually show you the real finished project. So that's why I asked Charly if she can stitch this for me, and she did absolutely incredible job, like always does. So the next project I finished yesterday. It was the final bird. I keep saying every time I design another folk bird, I say, oh, it is a final, but this time it is final, and it is Halloween folk bird. It looks really funky, very Victorian, kind of steampunk style. Looks very dapper with his top hat and colorful kind of feathers or clothing. Really love it. It will be finished as a pillow. Again, it calls only for DMCs, and it is stitched on 28 count linen permin. Love it. It is really fast stitch. I love it. This part here is great. So yeah, I think it's really fun. And then the final finish I have done in the past 3 weeks. It was my start in 2022. It was the new year, new start. And I finally finished it. And this is my folk bed. I was thinking to change the date, but I was, oh, you know what? It's just a small detail. It doesn't really matter. The important fact is that it's finished, and I can cross it out of my pile of unfinished project. And now I will be finishing this project as a pillow, and I will be, obviously that will be pillow just for the decorative purposes. There's no one is allowed to use it for, you know, supporting head or slip on or anything like that. It's just to beautify my future craft room. I love it. And I also kitted up 2 projects which are from the same series and from the same shop, which sadly is not longer available. It was Etsy seller, a Russian Etsy seller. I purchased it a few years ago, but sadly they're not available anymore, and I was actually really glad that I've managed to download the file once I bought the pattern, because now I cannot even download the patterns because the shops are closed, so the files are not available, and I'm not really sure how to find them. So the projects which I will be stitching on the same fabric, because this one was stitched on 32 count buttermilk linen with similar DMC colors. I will be using the same fabric, 32 count buttermilk, and I will be first stitching the owl. I already got my own colors and the fabric. I will be using similar colors but not called for colors. And then also I have kitted up the toucan. And all those projects, there is one more project which has got just like a birdie. Could be any type of bird, it's not really hard to distinguish. I think could be robin. I will be stitching on the same fabric, so all of those projects will be finished as a pillow, as a cushion for my future sewing room. So those projects, they were my finished projects. Now I have got quite a few whips I've worked on. Obviously this September, so I should be working mainly on my samplers. However, I really had the urge to work on some of my whips, because there is so many new projects I want to start, but I really get anxious about the number of whips I am having at this moment. And although I have finished over 50 projects this year already, and they were quite large, I really want to, you know, all the projects to you know, to be out of my basket. So I worked on Mandala Monkey by Meloca Designs. I am using copy from the World of Cross Stitching magazine. However, this pattern is available as a kit and as a PDF from Meloca Designs website. So I did quite a lot. I worked more on the face, and I finished started on the hair on the side. So now I have to repeat all of this on the other side. Absolutely love this design. I bought quite few kits from Meloca Design in the recent days. However, Megan, it's on her 30th birthday holiday kind of bonanza, she's going to be shipping the projects once she returns from her holiday. The next project I've worked on, it is Barbara Anna and Nitka Moscow collaboration, and this is from the kit Miss Scissors. and I am almost done with it. I have to repeat all of this flower on this side and I will be pretty much done with it. This is such a pleasure stitch. Absolutely love it. Like all Barbara Anna designs, this is my pleasure stitch. um, it's nothing is forced, it's just pure joy with every cross. Love it. Another project I've worked on, it is Sal, which was organized by Sally, Stitchy Sally, and few other friends over on Instagram, and myself and Sally, Flosses Sews and Grows. We joined the Sal, however everybody else finished it and we are still working on it. So we decided to join forces and work on Winter Joy by Stitches Through the Years together on every Tuesday evening. So last Tuesday I have worked on it a little bit more and I finished the snow on the roof, I finished the reindeer, and I finished the border over there. So I don't have much left. Maybe next Tuesday I will be able to finish this project completely. I am stitching this on 28 count petite, no, 32 count, no, that's 32 count petite point linen with my own colors, which are quite similar to the code for colors, but that's the combination of over dyed flosses and some DMCs. This is really beautiful. Really would like to have it done for this winter. Next project I've worked on, it is again Barbara Anna, and this is yet again the pleasure stitch. I have not done much on it, but a little bit more on the hair, and this is the Summer Dreams, which is one of the latest designs. I love it, absolutely love it. I am using, I would say, most called for colors, and this is 32 count fiber on the whim linen in the shade of Bricks. Absolutely fantastic. Barbara Anna has released a new Sal from yesterday. I purchased the pattern, however I have not managed to put the fabric together and flosses yet. It is very much kind of Egyptian style, kind of Clio, I would say. It's gorgeous. I did see Charly yesterday. She showed me, she sent me a picture on WhatsApp to share her stats, and it's looking gorgeous, so I need to do that as well. And I have got the last project, which is my whip, to share with you, and then I have got quite a few new starts. So the next project I am working on, it is my aim to finish this month, so I really need to work on it a little bit more consistently, and this is the Polish band sampler. So I've done a little bit more on the third banner and I moved on to fourth one, so I have got one more banner and I will reach the bottom, and then I just have to repeat the pattern. It's absolutely beautiful. It's in the traditional colors from Polish embroideries, so all of the reds, black and blues. The pattern is available as a PDF and as a booklet in my Etsy store, and also in the shops, in your local needle shops as well. You can also contact your needle shops to order my charts via Hoffman's if you are looking for something particular and you don't want to pay for shipping from the UK. you can have them delivered locally to your needle workshops. Just notify your shop or let your shop know then that's something you would like to purchase. Now I have got new starts. I've started 3 new projects, and they are all samplers. So the first one I've started, it is sampler designed by Shazida, which is Ancient Saga Designs. Her designs are really unique and very what's the word I'm looking for? They express and they reflect her cultural background. It's beautiful. However, this sampler I am stitching, it is called a Remembrance Sampler, and her design, original design, her model is stitched on red fabric with kind of off-white thread. I decided to go other way around, so I am stitching on the antique white 32 count by Fabric Flair with my favorite 3777, and this is pretty much half of the design. It's quite small, so I don't have much left to do, but it's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. This is how much I've done in one sitting, because I just could not stop stitching on it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I will also include the cover pictures for you to see. The second sampler I've started, it was on my to start list for so long, and I absolutely love it. And this is the sampler designed by Miriam of Marumi Craft, which is on YouTube, Instagram, and she also has got Etsy store where she sells her patterns. And this is Afshan sampler. It is inspired by Persian rag making, Persian motifs from the rugs. Absolutely gorgeous. I am so drawn to Miriam's design for variety of reasons, but mainly is because they are geometrical, they are repetitive, they strike it. It's like everything what I look for when I choose patterns to stitch for myself. This is gorgeous. I am using my own colors for it, so again I am kind of adding my own Polish influences into this design, and I am using variety of reds, blues, and I'm not quite sure if I will be adding black at this point, but definitely I'm using 2 shades of blue and 2 shades of red for now. I love it. I will include the picture of the cover as well. Miriam's model is being stitched with one color sulky, so it's monochrome. I, however, wanted my one to be a little bit more colorful, and I am stitching this on 16 count Ada, which was Destashed from Fabric by Crafty Kate. I don't think so this is like the regular listing. She had quite few samples or like swatches she did, and then she did Destashed, so I grabbed quite few of those 32 counts. So it's really lovely, and it's quite large piece of fabric. Yeah, it's going to be a large sampler as well, I think about 12 by 12, so just the size I like it. Okay, and now the final new start. It is designed by moi, designed by me, and this is September's Patreon exclusive from the tier number 3, all inclusive, and it is, again, it is red sampler, and it is inspired by Polish folk art and the motifs from the traditional folk costumes the ladies wear on like festivals, and so the flowers are inspired by those embroideries, and I really love it. It calls for 2 different colors DMCs, and I am stitching my one on 32 count vintage white by Fabric Flare. So I did quite a lot yesterday. I will continue working on this until it is done. And this is pretty much all my stitching from the past 3 weeks. So what now? Now I would like to share with you some of my purchases, and that's it. Oh, also yesterday I have asked if anybody would be interested to be my model stitcher, and thank you so much to everyone who responded so quickly and sent me a message or email. I believe I responded to everyone. I at this moment I've asked 3 wonderful ladies to help me out with the models, and one of them is Helen, which is the Didi Stitcher on Instagram and YouTube. I've asked Didi Stitcher, I've asked Helen to stitch for me the Raven Quaker, which is already in sale. However, because lack of time, I'm unable to stitch it myself. So I mean, I originally had a little bit different plans for Helen, but then I thought, you know, if she has got, you know, availability time. Oh, I do apologize, the window is open for this noise. So yeah, so I've asked if she could stitch for me Raven instead, and she said yes. So I've already sent her everything, and I also know that she received it because she shared yesterday on her YouTube channel as well. So I hope Didi will enjoy stitching my model. And then also I have got 2 other ladies. One is called Karen, and Karen is going to be stitching for me some of the gnomes and some of the Halloween projects as well. And I've also asked Ellie, which is my Patreon member and Instagram friend, to stitch for me another project which I am planning to release in November. So thank you so much to everyone who reach out and offer help. I just you know, thank you so much also to everyone who said then they are happy to stitch for me for free, and I absolutely appreciate that. However, I don't agree with stitching for free. I don't really go involved how other people do that and why they do that. I personally think then if you offer someone or ask someone to stitch a project for you, they should be compensated for their job and the effort they put it in. But if I will need any more help in the future, I will definitely ask those people who are on the waiting list. And just to clarify, there's Kim and Charlie are still my model stitchers. However, because I've already sent them quite a few projects, I don't want to overwhelm them with more stuff, so that's why I've asked for you know, for help outside of my you know, regular number of model stitches. But thank you so much to everyone who was so keen and so much willing to help me out with all of the new stuff. But now let's go into shopping. So I've showed you all the yarn I did buy, and I also bought few charts on a Destashed on Instagram. Leslie has been selling charts, so I scooped this mouse pincushion. Is it pincushion? No, it's just a pillow finish, but it is called A Mice in the Sewing Room by Brenda Gervais. I really love that, so I scooped this one. And today I also scooped 2 charts because Lindsay's having another sales today, and I scooped 2. I think they are primrose designs, 2 with a beehive and like a kind of bee and a bee themed design. So that's another 2 I purchased. Now then, Sarah from Instagrams had a Destashed as well, and I scooped Brown of Blue by Kathy Barrick. I thought it was really fun sampler. And then also ABCD by Ladida, and then Chubby Bunny. I have got Chubby Bed as well, which I purchased from Sarah, so I just need to get stitching. Sorry for that. And a final chart I purchased, it was from Sew It All in the UK, and this is the Autumn Lane by Laurie Holtz. I had to wait for it for quite some time, but I am really pleased it's finally here, and I will be stitching this very soon, and that's why I'm going to be using some of the beautiful floss cards which Charly kindly gifted to me for this color. It goes for DMC, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 colors, but I probably would be choosing colors from my own stash or use some of the Tom and Lily Creations flosses for that. This is gorgeous, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's quite large, it finishes 10 by 12 on 36 count and 12 by 14 on 32 count, so I need to decide which one I want to go for, but it's gorgeous, love it. And then I also bought a Galaxy Twill from Fabric Flair, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be stitching on it, but I just liked it, the fabric. So this is at this moment everything what I had for you this time. I would love to let you know then I will be recording my Flosstube video, I think every 3 weeks, 1 month, and reason being is I started to recording more content for my Patreon members, so like I do weekly updates from the studio, I do new releases and sneak peeks of what's new as well, and then I do giveaways and things like that. So I will be recording Flosstube just once a month, just because I won't be having enough time to do, you know, all of those kind of videos, especially now when I started school. You're probably laughing now because every time I I talk to you, you hearing me you know, starting another school and doing another course. But this year I get my my teaching license, so I am a qualified further education lecturer, and I was going to work in a in the college this year, this September. However, I decided to open my own company, so I'm not teaching. However, you know, it's always nice to have an option in case if Yasmin's Made with Love is not going to succeed, and you know, I need to go back into employment, so at least I am a qualified teacher. But I've started a business school. It is a business course for business owners, so although, you know, like I have got knowledge because I used to work in the business kind of world. I had been working as an area manager for one of the UK retailers for almost 10 years, so you know, it's I do have experience. However, you know, being a business owner now, I would really need some help, and it's, you know, it's always good to know, and I like to learn. Yeah, you know, it's learning, it's tricky, you know. I'm a dyslexic, and you know, English is my second language, but I found it really enjoyable. I really like to learn, and yeah, so I go to classes every Monday and Tuesday for 4 hours in the afternoon. So again, you know, this takes away my time for stitching, and on top of that, you know, I have got business to run, so that's why I will be recording my videos every 3 weeks to 1 month. But that also means that I might have more content to show you. So what are the plans for the next following weeks? Of course, when I will see you next is going to be October, so it's going to be my birthday month. And in October I will be stitching Barbara Anna, because that's what I do every year. It's Barbara Anna and I for my birthday. And then obviously I would be working on, you know, my whips. I have distributed and sent it away all of the materials for my model stitches, so I think I am sorted for the next couple of months. And I can, you know, take a back seat and just relax a little bit more and focus on the different aspects of the business. But I hope you have enjoyed this video, and as always, like, comment and share, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care.